let's take this one, take a step back. What did you have much of an image for that golf shot?
As far as visualizing it?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to hit a straight ball.
Straight ball?
Yeah, straight ball.
Is that what you most commonly try? Do you try to cut and draw in different scenarios, or is it just kind of this
I
one's
pick
going
a
to be
target
straight?
and try to hit at it.
Yep.
If it draws or fades, and it is
So
what it
I'm
is.
going to take this back in. So we've got a pin over there on the left, and I want you to take visualizing this shot to the next step.
Okay.
Beyond straight, I want you to say, this is how high it's going to go, this is how far down the driving range it is going to be that high, and try to picture the shape that you want. So,
Okay.
what are you thinking? Cut or draw? Or
I'm thinking cut.
that's what we've seen out of the most of them. So
Yeah.
we're starting at the tree left.
Just
Baby
to the left
cut.
of it, baby cut.
How high? Maybe as high as that first tree that we're staying right of
Yeah.
for its apex.
Yep.
All right, so I want that picture to be that defined and see how well we accomplish from there. So I'd encourage you in all of these practices. That was actually, honestly, one of the better ones that we hit. And it helps us focus in what that golf shot should be like. One, we're able to better analyze our errors if we're that specific. And it helps really motivate you into what you're going to try and do.
Okay.
How'd that feel with a little bit more closed stance?
It felt a lot easier to get the ball up in the air. For
Yeah.
one thing, I wasn't swinging this way. It was more
Yeah, and I think
out and up.
yeah,
as
I think our
opposed to
direction was
around.
pretty good too.
Yeah,
You know,
direction was good. It was a lot easier to control the distance.
Yeah. So those
Um,
are some nice high ones. And I like what you've accomplished. It doesn't feel too weird. I think it's a pretty easy pre-shot
Yeah.
change that's going to help you be more consistent with your direction.
Yep.
Talk me through how you're going to try and hit these lower ones a little bit.
I'd probably not open the face quite as much as a dress. I would choke down a little bit and put the ball a little back in my stance.
Okay. Let's work through the targets again.
Okay.
And trying to picture half the height.
Okay.
So probably the worst thing in putting is the 3-putt, right?
Yeah.
Or higher.
Yeah.
None of which are fun. The last drill for you that still puts a bit of pressure on these shorter putts is to take 3 golf balls and pick a starting location that's a pretty difficult putt. 3-putt range.
Okay.
Take the time to read the green. We're gonna hit 3 putts and then have to make all 3 from our worst shot.
Okay.
Right? So you're gonna pick the worst out of the 3 and then have to get up and down. So why don't you walk me through this reading a little bit? What do we
Okay.
see in it?
I mean, I see this slope here. It's going to push it to the right, and it's going to kind of, once it starts going up, start going right hard. Pretty straight once it gets up here. At least that's what I'm saying. It's a little up. It's uphill the whole way.
Again, I kind of put this here because we're almost in between 2 ridges.
Right.
You're right. You picked up on this slope coming off the bunker.
Uh-huh.
I like you walking it off. I can actually feel a lot of that in
Yeah.
my feet, right? If I'm, say we're even a little bit more off this ridge where it could be a question of which one am I actually on.
Right. It's gonna,
I might-
well, I think from over there, it's going to go more to the left.
Right, if we
than
go
hard
too
right
far.
here. Yeah.
Yep. But to walk it like you did, try to confirm what I'm feeling in my feet as I walk that off, especially if I'm in between reads.
Yeah.
You see how these 3 go. Now we're just kind of loose and ready to go. Here are our technical swings. so they may be half shots. You know, we can use your own golf clubs for alignment, or you know, get you an alignment stick as well. But it might be, why don't we do a couple that are just kind of half swings? We're checking where my arm is at halfway in the backswing, take it to a full, and these ones are all just technical. So let's see a couple that way. And I like that you haven't neglected the hip turn. You know, that was something that we kind of threw in at the end of that full swing lesson.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that's working more level than when we started that week. So I'm glad to see that continuing this way.
That's been part of, you know, this is one part, but if I can, it works much better if I get that turn, that lower body turn as well.
And let's take it to the full. Nice. All right, I know you didn't talk much on that last driver, but just walk me through before you actually get to the ball this time.
Okay. So first thing I would do is I would kind of pick my shot, you know, from back here. You know, obviously right is bad, left is pretty friendly. You've got that hill to the right that'll kick it back towards the hole.
Yeah.
And you can keep it away from those bunkers, which I think is the most important here.
Yeah. And I think what you did well before is highlight the positive. So if bunkers are bad, let's not even talk about them.
Yeah.
Only focus on where it should be going. Never even considering where it shouldn't go. Right?
Right. So I just kind of come in, got my line just a little left of the flag. Couple practice swings just to get feel, step back. Find my spot.